So when you're in CRM and you don't have any records in yet, sometimes it's helpful to be able to import your data in using a spreadsheet or a CSV file. Maybe this is something you've exported from some other system. Maybe this is a spreadsheet that you've gotten from a trade show or some other area, and you want to bring those records in into CRM. It could be an output from a website form. It could be a Google form. It could be any kind of bulk records that you have, and you want to load those into CRM. Now there's different tools out there that you can use to do this. One out of the box tool that comes with every CRM instance is called the Import Wizard. So by going to settings off of the top command bar navigation down to system and then to data management, we can then select the imports section right here, which is the third icon down on the right side. By choosing that, we can then queue up a system job. You can see a couple jobs that I had in here earlier. One was I was editing some accounts in Excel Online. This is an inline way to edit information within CRM already. The other was that I loaded some dummy accounts from a fake name generator, so you can go to that website and pull down fake information. What I want to do now is create contacts that are related to those fake accounts. So in order to do that, I am going to create a new import data job here by clicking the button at the top, choosing a file. This is my spreadsheet from fake name generator, and I'm going to hit next. And here I can choose my delimiter settings. If it wasn't a CSV, if there were other kind of options there, things that I need to specify, I can control them. This is default though, and out of the box it's going to work for my needs. Here I can pick a data map. It's possible that if you're going through records often and you're using the same sort of settings each time you import, that you can save that configuration so you don't need to hand adjust it every time you bring the data in. This is really useful if you have like a website or some other process or another application that's constantly outputting information you want to bring into CRM. You would only have to go through the next steps that I'm about to take one time, and you could save that at the end. So every time you wanted to churn through and kind of bulk load that information in, you'd be able to select that custom map from a list. There's some out-of-the-box options here. I usually always stick with the default mapping if it's not one of those pre-configured situations that I was just talking about a moment ago. And so this is going to specify my my source file name, so that's the file that I loaded in at the first step, and then I can pick which entity that this should go into, and for this it's going to be a contact. Then when I hit the next button, this will go through and try to map out based on the columns and link those up to fields in CRM. The first required field that's not mapped is last name. So here I'm going to choose the surname from my data file. So when you choose a lookup field from a string field data, you can specify how that should function and what it should key off of. If I had zip codes for each company and I wanted to look it up based on that, I could specify that using this lookup finder here. Luckily for me though, the company name is going to match the account name that I've already loaded in. Alright, so once we have the fields in, we can hit next. This is going to say that there's some unmapped fields. That's okay. I don't really care. I'm going to hit next here, and this is where I could save this. So again, back to my point earlier, if we were going to churn through and kind of bring this in every week, I was going to load data from maybe my website or some other area, another database, another tool that was exporting CSV. Maybe every 2 weeks I get a big list of leads from some company or some other aggregated service. I could give that a name here, and then that would be in the first screen where I was picking the map, so I wouldn't have to go back through that again. For the sake of a demo, I'm going to label this test map, and then I'll show how that renders on the first step of the import wizard should I have wanted to go back and pull more information in. So I hit submit here, and now we're good to go. So this will show that the job submitted. This refreshed as soon as I closed the wizard, what time it was, and then the records, and I can hit refresh. And what's going to happen is, as a background process in CRM, running in a queue with all the other system jobs that are lined up right now, this data will get migrated in, and it will create contacts for each of those contacts I had listed. If I go to sales, contacts, and then you'll see that there's no active, but really I need to just refresh this. This is also cached during my session. As I refresh, I can see all of my contacts from my spreadsheet are now here, all 200 of them, and also their company names are linked. So I imported accounts earlier this morning. If I go to this company, that account is now listed here along with both of those contacts that came in. So again, it's a really convenient, kind of cool way to quickly load data into CRM. This comes out of the box. You don't need to buy or purchase anything to have it installed. Again, and to get to it, you go to the main navigation from the command bar, go to the settings tab, and then go to data management. And then the imports button will be on the right. If for some reason you uploaded your data and it was incorrect, or you wanted to delete it and re-upload it or make a change, you can double click into the system job under the import section. Double click into that and then you can look at all of the contacts that were imported. This can be useful if you need to delete them all and make a change and then re-import them. So it's useful to be able to come in here. If for some reason you had failures, you can go back through and look at your failures and get a message on exactly why that record wasn't created.